Welcome to Quits Gaming, a live stream. We are playing Home, which just recently came on a flash sale. I apologize in advance as there is a spooky thunderstorm going on outside, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to finish this before our power goes out. So, let's get started. I actually need to change something. We are going to put the audio through to my headphones so that there we go, so that I can actually turn this down. Actually, let's mute that. Perfect. There we go. Perfect. Now I will have the pleasure of having the crap scared out of me in audio streaming directly into my ear holes. And I probably should turn off the lights, shouldn't I? But I don't want to, because you guys would not be able to see my wonderful face. All I remembered at that point was finding myself alone. My head. Where was I? It was so dark. I have to admit the audio is pretty good. Something by my feet. Flashlight. Ooh. Hey, it's storming outside in there too. Ooh, very Resident Evil. Where was I? There's a body. Still kind of warm. Oh. Little kitty. Actually, want to look at all of the... Oh, should I go? No, let's continue on this. The desk had a computer and some papers on it, and a single drawer. I didn't want to snoop, but did I open the drawer? Yes. Receipts, pens, and a blurry photo look like a store of some kind. Why did this look so familiar? Because it's your store. Oh. Blood on the wall. It smelled fresh and sickening. I realized there was blood on my shoes and pants. Oh man, I have to get out of there. What a strange interior decorator, just splattering blood and random... What the... Oh, that's a drip of water. I noticed that I limped as I moved down the stairs. How did I hurt my leg, I wondered. Well, you are covered in blood, so maybe you recently got stabbed and you just haven't realized it. I could recall I was coming home seeing Rachel. I was upset. She looked afraid. I shook my head and trying to clear it. I knew I should head downstairs, try to find a way out. Oh, you killed your wife, you son of a bitch. Shelf was full of books on local history and hunting. Seemed like the owner of this house really knew the area. Well, that's an unusual sound. An old dining table covered in dusty dishes for two people. There were dozens of beer cans and other liquor bottles among the dishes. The smell was turning my stomach. While a black and white photo looked like the man upstairs and his wife. There was no reason for me to keep this. Did I take it? Yes. Slip the photo into my pocket. Maybe this would... Oh, well, yeah. I'm gonna pick up everything. Every adventure game ever, you always pick up everything. A thin gray mouse was stuck in a trap. I looked... Yes, of course you freed it. Poor little thing. I'm not gonna make that mouse starve to death. Collection of rusty tools. These look like you've seen a lot of use. Why weren't they... Why weren't they in a shed? Photo similar to the old one I picked up. Moved a lot. There seemed to be a switch behind it. Yes, always push all the switches. Ever. Press smoothly into the wall. That means that something somewhere did something somewhere. It was the mouse, wasn't it? The mouse did something somewhere. Door was taped and seemed to be stuck. Smell, I guess it led to the kitchen. The door had been unlocked. Oh, well, not like I'd actually would have known that. Box looked heavy, but there were marks on the floor, obviously been moved before. Of course, yes. Alright, well, I'm not going to go down yet, so we're just going to leave that there for a while. It looked like hell, my clothes were dirty and torn, and there was mud caked all over my shoes. Where had I... Front door was blocked. What, you can't move the furniture? How lazy are you? Machine. I wonder if it was man's wife. Strange that your entire, leftover negatives were sticking out. Treetops. Okay. Just for the record, it is very strange that you'd be in this filthy house. Not the one clean thing. Just happens to be the, Wasn't that locked a second ago? There were sheets of paper all over the kitchen table. It looked like a series of names were written down, but they were too smudged to read. I could only make out a few of the notes. Key card, locker, last one I promised didn't make much sense at the time. Hello, little mouse. I have earned a trophy. Don't know what that trophy was. Assuming that trophy had to do with that mouse. There's a ladder going down the ground. Yes. Looked again at the photo I found in the house. The couple looked distant, like they didn't want to be in the same picture. I wonder where the wife was. My leg was in terrible shape, but I had to get out. Why would you just randomly decide to look at the photo again? Footprints in the dirt looked like more than one kind, a lot of traffic. Places all over were marked on the old map of town, industrial area, near the river, various houses, and even a water tower near the old rail station. The mafia lived down here, didn't they? Newspaper clippings from the local paper. They were all about murders in town over the last few years. Wait, there were photos of our house. What the hell was that about? Maybe I should have looked around more, tried to find some kind of information. Oh, Rachel, please be okay. I wanted to rush home, but I had to find a way out first and needed to see what else was down here. Wait, no, this one. Work table covered in papers, dirt, a handgun. I hated guns. I didn't take it, did I? Yes, you took it. Take all the handguns. Is there anything else? Why did I take the gun? Because you never know when you're gonna need a gun. It was so dark down there. The air smelled stale and putrid. I couldn't believe what I saw. What was this place? I can't believe what I see. Just look at it. I don't see anything. Kind of homemade rack, slung together with poorly cut wooden rope. It was caked with old blood. Somebody didn't actually use that, did they? Oh, like a torture rack. Oh, and hooks. That's nice. Crudely made shelves. They looked like they were holding cans of some kind of corrosive. The labels were worn and slick, but I could see the warnings. Oh, no. Oh, I didn't want to do that. Go back up. Looked like a cage. It was small, but there was something coating the bottom, something wet. Ew. I'm really hoping that wasn't an animal. Desk looked old and was caked with grime. On it was a stack of old faded paper covered with what looked like names. They were scratched out and illegible notes were written beside them in faded blue ink. I could only make out a few letters. Well, those are all probably names like Heather, Henry, Ralph. None of it made any sense to me. Doesn't seem like much of this makes sense to you at all, so. It looked to be bones of half dug into the ground, and the remains looked old. The faded clothes that stuck up amongst the dirt looked familiar. Looked like the clothes the woman was wearing in the photo I found. Was this the man's wife? Probably. Well, I'm guessing this guy apparently was killing people and torturing them to death, apparently. Time to go downstairs. Ooh, spooky, spooky. Okay. Some kind of old boxes. They look like they were years old. These boxes had clothes in them. Clothes I remember throwing out after Rachel and I moved to town. What the hell were they doing here? Okay, so someone's apparently stalking me. What the hell is that? There's something I don't see? What the hell? Oh, bats! That's actually kind of cool. I remember noticing the broken ladder. I had to be careful. Okay. There was a rope hanging there. I wasn't sure how sturdy it was. Did I take it? Yes. Always take everything. I'm sorry? Excuse me? I'm pretty sure I just heard someone whispering in my ear, and I don't know how I feel about that. Yes, you climbed down. I could hear a faint hum, and the smell from before started to get worse. Probably the smell of death, and dead bodies, and everything else. Oh, hello. A bunch of old newspapers. We'd pasted together. A message had been hastily smeared on it. Keep out, danger due to cave-in. Well, I'm going in there. I don't listen to signs. Oh, danger due to haunting. I could still feel a faint impression of the rope. I had slid down as I pressed against the heavy metal door. It was probably for the best that I hadn't jumped. The ache in my legs was bad enough as it was. If I could have, though, I would have run straight out of those awful tunnels. Who would keep such a place? At least I thought I had found an old handgun. It seemed to work, and from the smell of it, it had been used already. I kept the gun in my pocket. It seemed a familiar weight there. But I thought you said you hate guns. So if you hate guns so much, then exposed ventilation shaft. It was up so high, it must be so landing. There was dirt on the ground. It looked wet, and there was grass smeared within it. So someone's been through here recently. I could hear a faint trickling sound. Well, there's an exit. Kitchen knife covered in drying blood. Yes. Yes, you need all of it. Forever. Take everything with you. Excuse me? Oh, this just goes on forever, doesn't it? Well, what we're gonna find out. Nope, doesn't go on forever. Okay, so waterways 3 and 4. I have a feeling this is gonna be a puzzle. And 2. I'm guessing this is for 1. So then what's this? So I probably have to go back and figure out what ones I have to turn off in order to get out. Okay. There was a rusty ladder sunk in the water, which smelled disgusting. I knew to climb down. I could find a way to... There we go. So draining the water. I have to go shut off all the waterways. One of these days, something is just gonna pop out at me for that. Some kind of regulator. Thought I could turn this water valve to shut off the water. Yes, you turned it. Turn all the valves. Thought I could turn this valve off. Yes. Yes. Oh. Alright. Why did that one sound different? Why do we have so many water valves anyway? Door is still locked. Bet something's behind that door. Something's behind that door and something's gonna